Thank you for watching another video by Impound Comics. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Want to see more cartoons and animations from Impound Comics? Well, we need your help. To subscribe to our Patreon, go to patreon.com/Impound Comics. That's patreon.com/Impound Comics and pick one of our monthly subscriptions to help us grow and innovate. I'm Brent Trey Sands, the writer and the creator of the Impound universe, and we are back again with another episode of the Impound Podcast with my co-host, Kyron Shank.
We are back!
We're back again. Back like we never left.
I swear, all the time, every time, you feel me? How y'all doing out there? You good, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just another day in paradise.
Man, I'm doing great. You feel me? You know,
Yeah.
I'm still kind of reminiscing, you know, of a partying with Rihanna. I'm gonna keep plugging that. I'm gonna keep plugging that. By the way, y'all.
I would too.
I'm saying.
One time for the one time.
One time for the one time. If you ever get to come to Adrenaline, y'all, who knows? Rihanna may pull up. You know, I'm the best host with the most. You feel me?
For sure. And then, of course, you know, we got the Impound series. All of our books are available on impoundcomics.com.
Yes,
also
sir.
available on our TikTok shop, and in the progress of working on Antiheroes, the mobile game. So you can check all of that out on our website. Social media, make sure you're following us on everything. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe this video
Actuals.
as well.
Every single time.
But yeah, we got randomness to talk about.
I'm with it. I like random days. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, we ain't got to be so, even though I love talking about our Impound family, you know what I'm saying? I love talking about us. But, you know, just to shoot the shit, I be loving it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, crazy enough, I was shit. We starting because I want to get down
Do
to
your
it.
thing.
I love it. So look, I've been watching rewatching just a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, Marvel Universe, of course. You know, we got Fantastic Four coming, you know, we got Thunderbolts and all that good stuff like that. I actually got a question because I just got done, you know, watching Daredevil. We ain't talking about none of the episodes or like that, but with the current projects that they're coming out with, I mean, how you feel about them thus far? I mean, do you feel like they're kind of coming or getting back to that, you know?
Yeah, I think they're conscious of it, and now they're making an effort to actually do it right. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I love Daredevil. I mean, I would argue that Daredevil is probably my favorite, you know, comic book television show, live action at least.
Facts.
It was before, and, you know, I just think it's dope. I think it's grounded, dark enough, complex enough. So I was very, you know, happy with the Daredevil series. And yeah, it just seems like they're doing a lot of good stuff to, you know, keep it sustaining and going in the right direction, and not just doing quantity over quality anymore.
And you know what's crazy? Even I even watched back the first, you know, Daredevil Netflix series before, of course, you know, the whole Disney buyout, all that stuff like that. And to be honest, I was quite nervous watching the first half of it. Like, I was getting bored.
Yeah,
I was honestly bored, and I felt like Disney it up. I mean, if that's even a thing. But of course, going towards, you know, the rest of the series, you know, was dope. But I
feel like it picked up immediately on, if you haven't seen the spoilers, when White Tiger got shot.
Yeah, that got me.
I didn't see that coming.
That got me for sure.
Like, dang, we're not gonna have anything with it.
But right, because I mean, I dang sure thought we was gonna get some type of.
I didn't know that the actor passed away in real life too.
Either.
Yeah, so rest in peace to him. I found that out after.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, that's sad.
it's insane. It's insane, and like we're literally losing a lot of Marvel or what could have been a potential Marvel legend for White Tiger. But even after that episode, like for me, it went 3 and 4 went down. Like it went down. I'm just like, okay, like we're getting a lot of, I feel like, unnecessary backstory or unnecessary fluff. I mean, I have no, I didn't have any type of inkling to know about anything about Fist's wife. That's just me, but I see why the story fit together. I don't know. It kind of felt like it was taking a long time, but I like that they're taking their time.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I definitely, you know, would want to see, or can't wait to see what, you know,
The future holds.
Mr. Matthew Murdock, you know,
I love,
getting into
I think that the portrayal of Fisk is underrated in Marvel. I think that, like, the actor and how he does his depiction of Kingpin. I think is very underrated when they talk about who depicts a character in the top tier level. I think it's just because maybe he's just only been in the shows.
Yeah.
He hasn't made an appearance in the movies.
Yeah.
But like anytime they talk about who bodied their character, I definitely feel like some of these Marvel show depictions need to be put in that conversation because Murdoch, Punisher,
Yeah,
Kingpin, like those depictions of those characters are A1 and top tier to me.
What Fist be saying? He be talking.
He just got that.
Vanessa.
Like, yeah. It gave him that.
I've been so. Because of my father.
Yeah.
My father.
He got that Godfather. He got that Godfather swag. Hey. Because you know that actor too. I don't remember his name, but he's always dope. Who portrays Fisk?
Oh.
Because you know he was the cockroach man in Men in Black. He was
Which
also
is insane.
Yeah. He's so different every time.
That. I saw someone like bring that up, and I'm like, he doesn't even look like.
You didn't realize that, yeah.
Yeah, but like,
you seen Godfather of Harlem?
Yes.
He's the one beefing with Bumpy Johnson. Like he's
no with Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, he's the one that has a problem with him the whole series. He's the Italian mob boss that hates him.
I gotta look back at that. His range is amazing.
Yeah,
his range is definitely amazing.
He plays a lot of like darker bad characters, and they're usually different every single time. So I think he needs more respect,
which is actually dope because that can actually put you in a box as like a type character. But these different bad guys that he is playing, they all have their own identity. Completely different identity, and it's not like the same. You know, I don't want to compare anybody or put anybody under the bus, but like you know what I'm saying, like as far as like a type cast, and like he only plays that character.
It's the crazy thing about typecast, and just to speak on that is, I never understand the people who try so hard to fight against it. Like, if this is what you do, do it. Like, more often than none, in my opinion, when people try not to be typecast, they end up not getting anything at all.
Facts.
Like, people can say Samuel Jackson is typecast. He's always a very loud, angry black man. But he's top tier. Some people say that about Denzel. Some people will say that Denzel is a very Denzel-y depiction of whatever role he plays.
I was about to say, but what's a typecast for Denzel? Because
it kind of just has that, that I'm mad, but I'm holding it in, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That he got that Denzel depiction of whatever role he's in, but so what?
How does it do? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. You know, he got that. All right.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something.
But I also feel like that's why he picks the roles he does, and he maxes it out to a way that no one else can compete with him in his depiction.
In that lane.
Yeah, in his lane. Like, like just because a character or an actor gets typecast in a role, that's not a negative thing most of the time to me. So, there's been a lot of, I've been seeing resurgence of actors who felt like they were typecast and it ruined their career. And I just, I don't want to speak on anybody's career as far as that, but I feel like you fighting it, I think was more damaging than just doing it, and then building up your resume, building up your finances to be able to do what you want, how you want to do it.
I definitely agree. I can definitely agree to that, just because it goes both ways. Yeah. It can be detrimental in some aspects, because when you are just that specific person, especially to an audience, it's like that's all that they can see. So it can definitely affect, like, if he ain't playing this, I ain't trying to see it. Or if she ain't playing this, I ain't trying to see it. Yeah. But like you said, still, if you playing your role correctly, and when I mean correctly, embodying to your own way of doing it, and then separating those characters, because like each one is an iconic situation, just like we talked about. I can't think of his name, but Fisk is Fisk. Homie, I didn't even realize that homie was in the father, Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah, and it's like it's the same type of role, but it's not the same type of role.
But it's not,
because he made it different.
Yeah. And then now that I think back to, I'm like, whoa, he was. Yeah. That was dude, but he's an entirely different person, embodiment versus, and you know the crazy thing is, both of his characters are from freaking New York.
Yeah.
So
he plays a lot of that.
Yeah.
There are people who, if you think about it, Robert De Niro is typecast. He's always an Italian mob boss. He's been that majority of his career. Some sort of gangster New York type of thing. Rather that's The Irishman, rather that's
Casino,
Goodfellas.
Oof.
Bro, even to the sheet of Heat. Bro, he was even a mob boss in Shark Tales. He was a shark mob boss. Oh so God. It's like, but he's also the GOAT.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I've never understood that. Even when it comes to music, like some people are like, oh, I don't want to be this type of artist. It's like, yeah, but that's what people love from you. Right. You shouldn't go so far away from it that it stops the people from loving what they loved you for in the first place.
Facts.
And I'm gonna bring up the one that brought my example and why I brought this up. And I love, everything about, I'm not trying to say it in a main way, is Alfonso, though. Carlton. He ran from the identity of Carlton his whole career. And he still talks about how he was typecasted as Carlton. And it's like, but you still could have just been a comedian in my eyes. I can't speak for his career.
Right.
But I think him not trying to be that is worse. Because now, here we are years later, and in people's eyes, you're still Carlton.
Facts. So
it's not like you killed that typecast of yourself. You actually made it that's all we know you from now. Where you could have been, I'm just saying examples, you could have been in Scary Movie, you could have been in Don't Be a Menace, you could have been in all of these comedic movies, and yeah, you probably still would have had some Carlton in there. But
we still would recognize a different character from you.
We still could have had a different character from you, and you still could have stamped yourself to do what you want later. Facts. And that's, like I said, I can't speak for an actor's journey, but that's how I perceive it. Yeah. Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey. He's always been a very Jim Carrey iteration of whatever he's played, but he's the GOAT.
Facts.
And the same when you think about Steve Urkel, he talks about that all the time. And it's just like, it's like you ran away from it, but you're still Steve Urkel in our eyes. So you really didn't run away from what you feared being kind of like remembered as.
Right.
And there was nothing wrong with what you're. I mean,
Steve
Urkel was a little different.
He was still in a very impactful character. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you...
We love Carlton for Carlton.
Exactly.
That character was very complex, very dope.
I'm saying
he had
identity crisis sometimes, but really honing in to who you are as an individual. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be remembered for him.
Exactly.
So
Will Smith was Will, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, until he kept going, and then he just became Will Smith, the well-rounded. Jamie Foxx kept going. And so it's just, I just felt like
especially Jamie.
Yeah.
Especially Jamie.
The way he came in is not who he is today.
Facts.
He's a very serious and he's still a comedian. He's still, comedic Jamie. We still love the comedic side of him. But if he's in an action movie, we don't look at it like, why is Jamie Foxx in an action? I'm going to see it just because.
I'm going to see that action movie. And Collateral Damage?
Yeah. I just saw, that's always been my feeling on, people who run away from what people love you for out the gate. I just feel like that's not better.
Facts.
I just think certain things take time.
Yeah.
And don't block. It seems like a blessing blocker to me.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, like just kind of piggybacking off what you said, like it kind of makes me want to take back what I said, but at the same time, like it's just time. Yeah. It's literally just time, and either if you're going to be patient within the journey that you're on, so then you can flourish to do what you want to do, as far as if you want to be this serious actor or whatever. Like, yeah, so I definitely get it. It's just especially in today's time, it's so weird, bro. Yeah. Like anything that we see on our social media platforms that's repetitive, it's now to the point where that's what we see. That's what we know you as. Mm-hmm. So now I can get why actors are frustrated in a ways. So, but like you said, it's just time. Time will always break something.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whether it builds it up or breaks it down, time will always change something.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with
the challenge and the consistency is just,
yeah.
If this is the punch that's knocking something out, keep throwing that punch. Don't try to switch your fighting style.
And get knocked the
yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a great comparison.
Keep throwing that punch.
Yo.
I know you want to have more, be known for a wrestler and a kickboxer, but that right hook is knocking people out. You better keep throwing that right hook.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
The minute you over here trying to do some taekwondo, then
you go catch a strike.
You on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let me ask you about, I don't know why I want to jump to it. You a Pokemon fan?
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, 'cause I remember you was Digimon
I am
down.
Digimon out, you know, Digimon monsters.
So just do a this or that.
Let's do
Which
it.
Pokemon would you prefer?
Okay. Oh, it better wait. It better be OG Pokemon.
It is OG.
Okay.
Gen 1, first
Yes.
first form evolution.
Okay.
Not we're all first form.
Okay.
So which Pokemon would you prefer? Bulbasaur or Charmander?
Oh my God, Charmander.
Charmander or Squirtle?
Charmander.
Charmander or Pikachu?
Shit. Pikachu.
Pikachu or Jigglypuff?
Pika.
Pikachu or Meowth?
Pika.
Pikachu or Psyduck?
Oh my God, Psyduck's so funny, man.
Psyduck's low key a goat.
Psyduck is hilarious with Pikachu.
Pikachu or Machop?
Oh man, Machop cold. Pikachu.
Pikachu or Geodude?
Pika.
Pikachu or Magnemite?
Pika.
Pikachu or Ghastly?
Pika.
See,
Pika.
Yeah, that's you.
No. I know why. I know why.
Gengar? You have no idea. Anytime I play the game and I see a Ghastly, I'm throwing everything I have to catch that Ghastly.
Everything. But we're doing first evolution, so I don't care. Okay.
It's Ghastly though.
I know.
Pikachu or Onyx?
Damn, I love mine. Fuck. Pika.
Pikachu or Staryu?
Hey, Staryu be slept on.
Staryu slept on.
Staryu slept on, yo. But I'm still going Pikachu.
Pikachu or Scyther?
Scyther fire. Pikachu.
That was a lot. Pikachu or Ditto?
Cousin Pikachu got plot art. Hey, Ditto.
Ditto's
Whoa.
legendary.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm about to go Ditto.
Pikachu or Lapras?
Nigga, I said Ditto.
Oh, Ditto or Lapras?
Yeah. Lapras.
Lapras or Eevee?
Say Eevee.
Eevee or Snorlax?
Snorlax slept on too. That motherfucker's just Eevee.
Last but not least, Eevee or Dratini?
Say Dratini?
Dratini, yeah. Hers in the Dragonite.
Oh, but I'm about to say that's about the Dragonite. And boy, when I got a Dratini, man,
Yeah, that's another one.
I'm going Dratini.
Dratini. So Dratini it is?
Yeah.
Just
because of the Dragonite.
Yeah, Dragonite is fire.
Bro, Dragonite is fire. But I mean, Pikachu got plot armor, so it is what it is. Like, what you mean?
Who's the greatest Pokemon in first generation?
Wow. I'm going Mewtwo.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going Mewtwo. OP.
I mean,
OP. But no. But despite the movie.
Yeah.
I'm probably go with one of the. Well, was Legendary Birds Gen 1?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go Lugia.
Lugia? That's not Gen 1.
Is that Gen 1?
Lugia was Gen 2.
Okay.
Like Lugia was in that first next step. The Gen 1 birds was just Zapdos, Articuno, yeah, and
Moltres.
Moltres, yeah. That was the 3. And then because Lugia was the second movie.
Facts. Pokemon.
So that Lugia came after like the after first gen, we went to the like fossil types.
Right.
Yeah, and then we went to them. Yeah.
Right. Because then that was when Pokemon 2000 came out, all that good shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to still go with Legendary Birds. I'm going to still go with...
Zapdos was tight, though.
I was about to say, I was either going to go with Zapdos or Articuno. Articuno's fire.
I love water, and my favorite Pokemon is Blastoise. I pick him over everything. But Zapdos just looks so gangster compared to... I don't know. Like, Moltres and Articuno, they just look like sweet elemental birds, like big.
Not Articuno.
Zapdos, yeah, he just was like.
Moltres look like a chicken that's on fire.
Yeah, that's what Moltres look like to me, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Moltres look like a fire chicken.
No, I'm saying Articuno to me too.
No,
like he had the long tail.
Man, he got the
like he had a
sexy
dress
ass.
on.
No, it
he
don't,
had an
man.
ice dress on.
It low key looked like homie
like
from
Quill.
It low key looked like homie from Bleach. I forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about too, man. Homie,
Quill.
Homie from the court guard squad. You feel me? He got
Let
the
me look
fire.
at Articuno one more time.
Man, Articuno was fire. Articuno was fire.
Nah, I'm
Matter
already
of fact-
looking at it. Yeah, Articuno.
No.
Articuno look like a ice version of Pidgeotto.
You are
He does.
tripping.
Yeah, no,
Look at bro, that is so fire.
I mean, it's cool, but not to
The
Zapdos.
tail, look up
Compared to
Zapdos.
Zapdos,
Look up Zapdos. Look up Zapdos.
Zapdos just pointy wing. Zapdos ready to tear you up. Zapdos genuinely looks mean.
Man, Zapdos look like a damn.
He looks mean as hell.
Zapdos look like a damn comic book. Pow! Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
pow!
Zapdos looks like he was built for funk. Like he cannot wait for funk to start so he could get on somebody.
But that's why I mess with Articuno, because Articuno got that.
Articuno
sexy
looks
swag.
elegant.
That's that silent but deadly type of swag.
Yeah, deadly for sure.
Where it's like
that's
that tail
Zapdos
get
card.
you.
That first card.
The hollow was nasty. Yeah, the hollow was nasty.
That was
The hollow was nasty. Hollow was nasty. But what? No. I'm gonna give my top 5. I'm gonna give top 5 Pokemon Gen 1 of all time. Okay, without Mew or Mewtwo, by the way. Without Mew or Mewtwo, I'm going Articuno. This is not in any order, by the way. Articuno, Pikachu, Venusaur, Charizard, and I want to give you Blastoise so bad, but I don't want to just because it's your character. I'm gonna probably go with Dragonite.
Dragonite might have saved your list a little bit.
Dragonite.
Trash.
No, it wasn't. Honorable mention.
Trash to me.
Honorable mention. Gengar. Honorable mention.
No, don't honorable mention Gengar. That ain't no honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Blastoise, Gengar,
Okay.
Zapdos, Arcanine, and Alakazam.
Oh, Alakazam saved your shit.
No, I ain't saved nothing. I was already gangster.
That fucking.
I was already gangster.
What's that dog?
Arcanine?
What's that dog?
Gangster. Legendary.
Arcanine's alright.
Arcanine gangster, bro.
He alright. Charizard beat the brakes off that fool.
It ain't beat the brakes. It depends on the Charizard. That's not
Bro,
all
we
day.
ain't going off Gen 1. We ain't going off the Digivolution type of Pokemon that's been
I'm
going
saying
on.
it depends on who trained that Charizard. Arcanine can't get on a Charizard, though. You're tripping. It depends on who trained the Charizard.
It depends on who trains the character.
You said it like a Charizard naturally just always beats Arcanine. No, it doesn't.
I mean, I will say at least 6. Yeah, I'll say 6 out of 10 times. 6 out of 10 times. Just on brute force alone.
Don't say it like that.
Am I tripping? We talking about the same Pokemon?
I mean, he got flight advantage. I don't mean.
Are we talking about seismic toss with that will literally knock that motherfucker unconscious?
Nah.
Break that dog's back?
No. You're not just getting on Arcanine like that. Nobody just getting on. I ain't gonna lie. I'm taking Arcanine out though. You know what I realized? I'm putting Vaporeon. I love Vaporeon. I just assumed Vaporeon's always a girl, but Vaporeon just popped in my head. I love Vaporeon. I forgot about Vaporeon.
Let me swap.
No. You don't get that.
Let me swap. Nah, nigga, because you want to swap out. I'm going to swap out. That Alakazam is different.
Nah, you can't have mine now.
No. I'm just saying that Alakazam is different. Alakazam is different because I was low key thinking about. I was thinking of what's my man's name? Shit. Or is that evolution of his Hypno fucking
Himolian, Hitmonchan?
No.
Oh, I said they suck.
No. It's a. I think his name's like Drowser or something like that.
Drowsy.
Yeah,
you're talking about
Drowser.
Yeah,
Drowser?
Drowsy.
Okay.
Well, there's Drowsy, and then there's Oh my God, the evolution.
Facts. Like that's what I was thinking of, but oh my God, that's insane.
Hypno. Yeah, Hypno is tight too.
Hypno.
It's like if I couldn't get my hands on an Abra, I'd take a Drowsy for a while, but I'm gonna replace it with Alakazam at some point.
Yeah.
But that's a good one to have. Yeah. You know who else is gangster? Is Gyarados.
Oh wow.
Gyarados is gangster.
Wow, Gyarados.
Gyarados is gangster. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he is. But like, You talking about somebody that looked like that?
No, yeah,
smoke.
he's looking like he's got a problem.
Look like his shit is always just like, nigga, what's up? What we talking about? What we talking about right now? Who's his evolution?
He was Magikarp. So his first thing is nothing. He just like flopping out of water that only does splash.
Ugly.
Yeah, he turns into
looking.
like the most gangster thing in the ocean.
That ugly looking. Fry that fish. Call it.
Don't let him evolve on you though, because it changes the whole thing.
Yo, what does Psyduck evolve to?
Psyduck he's still a telepathic duck. He gets way more powerful. The blue one.
Oh my God, because he look cold. He look cold. Not Starduck. Oh my God.
Psyduck's evolution is powerful. Hold on.
But I can't. But I definitely know what you're talking
tripping.
about.
I can
his
see
pose
his face.
his pose is like this.
Psyduck
like this. Starduck?
No, it's not Starduck.
I don't think I was freaking Star U or some shit like that.
I spelled Psyduck's name wrong. That's right. Hold on.
Golduck.
Yeah, and
Golduck.
he's super powerful.
Close. I said Starduck.
Golduck is super powerful. Psyduck is powerful. He just doesn't have control.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah, Psyduck is like Psyduck is literally like Professor X on Logan.
Wow. Well, yeah.
No, that's literally what he is. Like he could destroy everything on accident because he just doesn't have control. But he's extremely powerful. It's just this is the wrong person to have this amount of power.
I don't know how Misty even got like I don't even
got
know
control.
I just don't even know. And did she ever even get him to evolve?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
Now, speaking of water types,
who?
Who's the greatest waterbender of all time in Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Here we go. The greatest waterbender.
There you go.
For me, Katara.
Katara?
Yes. I mean, literally out of the water tribe. Well, before we're not talking
also
about
not greatest. What I mean is powerful.
Still going Katara.
Katara?
Still going Katara.
No avatars.
Yeah. But
no, about Korra. Ain't no Korra.
Yeah.
Avatars don't count in that discussion for me.
Wow. What is the hate for Korra?
No, avatars don't count as a single element.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they're naturally, that's going to be the right answer for the most part.
Yeah.
But man, it's Amon, man. Katara's number 4.
Amon?
Katara's number 4. She's 4th most powerful.
4th?
His whole family is more powerful than her. It goes Amon, his dad, his brother, then Katara.
Well, for one, I hear you, but you tripping.
No, I'm not.
You tripping.
Well, Amon can take your bending away. What are we talking about? He's telepathically blood-bending you.
You tripping. For one, I ain't know we was gonna bring in Amon.
Why?
Goddamn,
you try to bring in Korra. Why wouldn't we bring in Amon?
No, I didn't, because I said I was trying to say before you didn't let me finish. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna bring in the Avatar of Korra characters.
Why?
Because I thought we was talking about Avatar. I thought we were talking about the whole damn universe.
The universe.
I know. Okay. Well then, Amon is a technically a correct answer, but we just talking about just waterbending. The niggas are psychic and shit. Can't do that.
He's a waterbender.
We can't do.
He's waterbending.
But he literally has other abilities.
Bro, everybody is magically moving the element. He figured out how to not wave his hands.
That's
so when you think about it, Katara is still a level of, you know, what
traditional
I mean?
bending. Traditional
control, or I mean, like there's still like a force of like, not to his degree of telepathy, but it's still a technique. He just got stronger with it.
Bullshit. If Katara had the same,
Ain't no if. She don't. She
can bloodbend.
She can't telepathically. She can't. She can't bloodbend without a full moon, and she can't do it telepathically at all.
If she had the same shit, she'd be powerful than mine. I'm dying on that hill.
But she doesn't.
Dying on that hill.
If LeBron could shoot like Stephen Curry, he'd break the threes record. He can't.
Lakers in 5.
It goes her. It goes Amon, his dad, his brother, then her.
You could take Amon. You could take a Freon.
You already said it wrong. I don't care if it's. You should have said something like, "I don't care if it's Amon, Devon, or Pantheon."
Or Pantheon.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
You're already off.
Put that in there.
Who's the most powerful earthbender of all time?
Oh my God. Powerful earthbender of all time? I'm going Toph. Going Toph. I was going to say Boomy, the homie, because of his, not natural, but his longevity of life. I'm still going
got
Toph.
that too, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Earthbenders figured out a way to live longer. That kind of like just became a lure of the thing, is that earthbenders...
for some reason, just know the
there's
freaking
some
fountain
secret
of
in
youth.
and some secret in earthbending that they be living like a really long time.
But I'm going with Toph just because, I mean, for one, she literally single-handedly brought in metal bending. I mean, that's in a feat by itself, creating an entire generation to the point of, you guys are literally bending in another element at this point, or, a sub-element, rather. So I'm going Toph.
Because of the creation of a sub-element?
I mean
that's
which
finicky.
Which other earthbender?
I mean, that's like saying Hama is the greatest waterbender because she invented bloodbending.
I mean, shit, literally, why not?
Because she's not. She couldn't even beat Katara at her own invention. And then it's like, with earthbending, what about lava bending? And then there's Yoon, the false avatar.
Time out. Even with lava bending, it was still homie. What's his name? Help me out.
I don't remember his name. I know you're talking about that. I cannot remember his
Fat
name.
Boy.
You talking about Bolin?
No, not Bolin.
Who you call Fat Boy?
I just call him Fat Boy.
Okay,
but we're just calling him Fat Boy.
Bolin is all muscle. He's an action star.
We're not talking about Bolin. We're just gonna call him Fat Boy. We just don't remember his name.
Okay, got you.
But regardless, even with lava bending, like it was still fairly new. Nothing to the point where it was just like already generational.
Yeah.
Toph, as a freaking child, created an entire, which again, still going back to your point from homegirl creating blood bending and things of that nature, and she couldn't even beat Katara. And Toph, she's still OP to me.
Toph is the GOAT.
She's still OP.
I'll say this though with Toph too, but we just never got to see prime Toph, I guess, against him. She fought Boomy in the comics and didn't beat him, but she was still a kid. Yeah. And then there's Yoon, who's in Kyoshi's era, who's the false avatar. Yeah. Who liquefied metal though. But I say all that to say, I still agree. Just throwing out more in the discussion. Okay. I don't think the single invention of a sub-element gives somebody the crown though. Just because of the Hama example. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Because somebody might pass you in it.
Putting that out there, I definitely get it because I think you were talking about before I interrupted you. You was you actually brought up a dope ass comparison. It was if LeBron beat Curry or something like that.
No, I said because you talk about Katara. You said if Katara had this, she'd be better. And I said, okay, if LeBron could shoot like Curry, he'd be better. He can't though. Yeah, there's always a if. Never mind. If
Lakers in 5.
Yeah, if Mike Tyson was also 6'5". He's not though. You can't just give him a buff that doesn't exist in who he is.
Facts. But
if Jordan could jump from half court and dunk,
but the fact still remains, Toph is up there.
Toph is for me number one. Toph.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it's like, all right, who's the greatest firebender of all time?
Damn, I was about to ask you the same shit. Firebender.
And just for the record,
what?
Whoever you're going to say did not create lightning bending. So just to add more of that logic you throw in there.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, it was going to be two. Ozai.
Yeah.
Tied between Ozai and then why can I always forget about... No. Iroh.
You're not going to say Iroh at all? Ozai and who then?
No. I was going to say Ozai and then... Who was the like the original fighter before Ozai?
Before Ozai, right before?
Yes.
Azulan. But that's not who started.
No, so I was thinking Iroh.
Iroh was who was in line before him.
Yeah,
that's his brother.
Iroh.
Yeah.
I switched them. I switched them.
Their dad is a Zulon.
Boom.
And then Sozin is before him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
But that's always been a debate on who's a more
tie
powerful,
between those two.
Who's a more powerful firebender between Ozai and Iroh.
Iroh.
I always say Ozai, and I mean Avatar says Ozai. I didn't make that up, but the difference is between Iroh and Ozai is Iroh is a more studied bender who's willing to learn more to make himself better.
Right.
But I've always looked at it like this: if Ozai and Iroh stood side by side and did the biggest fire blast that they could, Ozai's would be bigger. But if you went into the diversity bag of bending, Iroh is better by a mile in that sense. Yeah, like Iroh can probably beat Ozai because he would figure him out. Iroh has a better battle IQ, hands down. But I can't just say pure fire, explosiveness. I would say Ozai wins that.
Ozai in that ass.
But Iroh would win off of the IQ of it. Yeah.
Methodical.
That's how I look at there. That's always how I've compared them.
When I deep dive into that too, actually it's crazy enough. Somebody, and I'm sorry, creator, if you do watch this, I really want to give you your credit, but they really, picked apart the Iroh and Ozai debate, and it was close.
Yeah.
Like, even I didn't even see kind of how, and it's funny which is why I'm bringing this up in the first place, because you brought up his battle IQ. Like, even though Ozai still had that raw strength, he still had battle IQ as well.
He did, for sure.
But it's something underlying with Iroh where his just IQ is just unfathomable when it comes to just military tactic.
Yeah, Ozai had arrogance though. So Ozai was just used to always being the best.
Yeah.
So he didn't.
He
never felt like he needed to learn anything else, or he was just naturally always the strongest. And then you go against a character like Aang, whose battle IQ is far beyond, even Avatar's. Truly a student of martial arts.
Right.
And it was like that's where he ran into his brick wall, where this kid is also the best at everything, but is constantly a student on top of that. And Ozai, you stopped being a student a long time ago.
Right.
And that was the separation too. You know what I mean? On top of the, the Avatar, of course, the, Avatar stayed as well, But
big jump.
Yeah.
Big jump.
But still.
Takeaway bending.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And last but not least, I think this one's an easy one. Who's the greatest airbender of all time?
What's homie's name?
You letting me down.
No, bro. I always forget his name. I swear to God.
I know. It's the only answer.
I know. I always forget. I would never forget. I would never remember his name.
There's no feet.
Yeah.
I counted one time there was 18 dead firebenders at his feet when he died that were all amped up by Sozin's comment, and he took them all out before they were able to kill him. And he was raised to not kill. But when he was bloodlusted, he took out the most powerful versions of firebenders.
Let me ask you this.
Goated.
If he was still alive.
And he was like 80-something years old.
If he was still alive, between Iroh and Motoyatsu, who you going with?
Gyatso. I think Monkey Gyatso is he's just Monkey Gyatso. I don't like how they did him in the live action where Sozin just showed up and blew him down. Oh, it's like, hold on, bro. He's supposed to die in a way that like Sozin was like, cowering. Whoa. Right. Sozin was supposed to leave that battle like, oh my God. Like, whoever that dude was in there blowing wind was blowing wind. He wasn't supposed to take him out like that.
Yeah, it was very quick. It was very quick. Actually,
but yeah, I'm going Monkey Gyatso. I just think it's funny to say it because the show depicts it, as them. I think that firebenders are the weakest per person. I just think the firebenders fought together better than like the airbenders weren't together at all. They're not even an army.
It's a nice take.
Yeah, the airbenders are not an army. I think the Earth Kingdom could have took out the Fire Nation effortlessly, but they had too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, they had Boomy had his own kingdom. They had the Earth King.
Whole lot of civil disputes.
Yes, they had their own issues going on, but they couldn't come together. And if they came together, they could have took out the Fire Nation for sure. And then the Waterbenders were powerful. That's why they lasted for so long. But their communication was too separated. And you know that they were broken down off separation. But I think
everybody dead.
Yeah, I think as an individual benders though, I think firebenders are the weakest. As individuals.
It's an interesting take. I never even thought about it like that. But but it goes to show, you know, as far as a cohesive group,
they were the most militant.
They are.
They came together. They were one band, one sound
they
type
are,
of thing.
They are very militant. All right, Dr. Lee.
Like Boomy, because I did a thing on who would win in a fight between Boomy and Iroh. I think Boomy would stomp Iroh with no difficulty. Boomy, as soon as that fight starts, Boomy will sink him into the ground and leave him there. What would he do? You know what I mean? Like he'll literally just boom, he just put him on the ground and like Earthbenders, they really downplay how powerful they can be.
Yeah.
They literally can do that move on anybody. Just put you on the ground.
And just leave you there.
Just leave you there.
Let your head stick out like this, like
or just suffocate you.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
He can put you down probably 50 feet into the ground, just leave you there. What are you gonna do?
Well, crazy enough, I'm guessing to really combat against an Earth type, I mean, you would have to stay airborne. And what
For
I mean,
sure.
like,
or be somewhere where there's just not a lot of land.
Yeah, you know, you got to like something to the point. I mean, I would say being airborne, hop up on the tree, but you can't do that shit. Yeah, it's literally a part of the ground.
Bring the tree down.
All right, bring the tree down, and then low key probably wrap you with the branch. Who knows? But like, I low key think Iroh could.
Not Boomy. He ain't beating Boomy.
I'm not saying he would. I'm not saying he would, but he could hold his own. It wouldn't.
I mean, he's Iroh.
It wouldn't be quick.
Look, I said Iroh holding his own against Boomy is plot armor. That's how I feel about it. If they made Boomy and Iroh do their most powerful moves, Boomy's move is unbeatable. The only thing that could go against it as a firebender or give you a chance is if you're a combustion bender.
Yeah.
Because there were combustion benders in the past that didn't have to. They could just do it. Yeah. They could just do it instantly. So that's something, or blood bending. You know what I mean? For the most part. Unless you're in an ice terrain or something. But if you're which most of the world is regular land.
Fucking terrain. It's it.
You're in trouble.
Terrain.
You're in trouble.
You're done. You're done. So that's all I'm like. I don't think it will be a crazy, easy sweep. But he going to get in that ass.
And then Gyatso can take the oxygen out of your body. Like everybody has something that's more deeper physical that they can do to you.
Yeah.
Versus fire, it has to reach you. That's the difference.
I mean, lightning can reach you.
It has to reach you though.
That shit quick.
It is quick. No, I mean it's not that quick though. They have to charge that up.
Oh no. Well, I was talking about
it's not like speed. It's not like this.
Right. But I'm talking about the speed of the actual attack.
Yeah, but that's like you sat there and let them charge it up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I said they got to do all this and then all of this and then coming in them boom and all that shit like that.
Now firebending evolved. Mako and them could do instant lightning, but Iroh didn't show to be able to do that. He had a whole technique.
Facts.
Even Azula, all of them, they all had to do the little move before,
the dance, you know.
And Gyatso could just whoop and all you'll pull your air out of your lungs, yeah.
Boom. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh my God, that is insane. That's so OP. That's just no.
A little unfair.
Speaking of Avatar though, I don't know if you've seen what's been going on with the live action. First of all, live action for me was dope. I finally got to watch through it all in one setting.
I liked it.
I definitely liked it.
There were parts that I loved, parts I didn't.
Yeah. I mean,
but there were parts of it that I thought was dope. But no, finish what you were saying.
It's not going to be perfect, of course, but you know.
It'll never be better than the cartoon. Just let's go into that knowing that.
Yeah. But especially for the live action, better than that M. Night Shyamalan mess. Anyway, there's been rumors. I don't know if it's true, but it's been now consistent that Toph will be introduced in season 2.
We already seen her though.
But we're going to be getting a Toph that's not like the cartoon. They are possibly thinking about nerfing her and making her more feminine.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like if that is the case, I'm done watching. I'm done watching.
That's all. That's what takes you out.
It does, because for me, Tom.
I'm not like that.
What?
I like seeing like. I won't say it's the best.
Oh.
I like seeing different versions of characters. I like that.
I like seeing different versions of characters that would actually be like, okay, this makes sense. This don't make no sense.
I don't think that this girl, actual girl,
tomboy,
she might not be able to pull that off to the degree of the animation version of Toph, where they can really make her tomboyish and look tough. She might not be able to do that in live action to that degree. So now it kind of leads the question on, do you hope that she does it? Because they're going to compare that, or do you change her? That's what I think the conflict is. Because it's like, I can't see in live action a little girl like, I am the, and it's believable. You know what I mean? Some things I think don't translate. And that might be a hard translation. You know what I mean? For a young girl to actually pull off in live action and measure up to Toph in the animated. It's possible that might be tough. So I could see why you might not.
And it's like, that now goes into casting. That now goes into research. And that now goes into even acting development, actors' development.
There are young girls that could pull it off, though.
I promise you there has to be.
For sure. But it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's do you try to do...
So
I don't
accurate.
know. Because it's like, I don't think Aang's exactly like Aang either. I think it's as close as it would be in a live action.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I just think certain things in animation are harder to go live action. I think that it's either try to do it and fail or change it and make something else work. Because
even with Aang in the live action, he's still a silly, very much a little bit of an airhead, no pun intended, of an airhead. But there are some qualities that are different about him.
Yeah.
When it comes to being the Avatar, and even how
Sokka was different a little bit too, though.
Sokka, honestly, I would like to see a different variant of Sokka.
He was. They took out the whole factor. Sokka was very, very sexist in the beginning. He was like that's how him and Suki became a thing.
Facts.
Because he just felt like because she was a girl, it's impossible to beat me up and like all that. They took all of that out. And giving him that development of you got to stop looking at this world in black and white because you're going to keep getting knocked over. All that kind of was removed, and it worked.
Damn, I didn't even really know.
They announced that they were going to do that, and people were mad, and because they loved how it's not like he stayed like that. He actually
it's
learned.
Just the development from it.
The
but journey of it.
I still like I get it though. I get it, but I don't always feel like shit has to be what it was the first time.
Yeah.
Like if that, like my favorite Batman is Batfleck. He is not comic accurate. And I like that. I like that sometimes. That's why I like Man of Steel.
God damn it, Batfleck.
Batfleck's
technically
was tight.
Technically, kind of, comic accurate when it comes to some variations because he's big as hell.
Yeah, but he ain't true to the no kill rule at all.
Oh.
He never lived by that rule. And then he was just a little bit more. The transition from Batman to Bruce Wayne wasn't different people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Bruce Wayne is like Tony Stark usually. He's swaggy. He got women with him. He's
all the time.
Yeah, So there was a lot of different things, but I liked it.
I feel it.
We'll see.
I feel it.
We will see.
I feel it. I'm not.
I think the person they picked to play Toph though looks very dope. I think she like visually, aesthetically as Toph fits very well.
And that's why I'm hoping that, like I said, the rumors are just rumors, and then maybe they'll do like a Marvel type situation where, I got you, bitch. But
my last question is this to you though.
What's up?
It's out of Avatar.
Yeah.
Who's a smarter character, Doom or Tony?
Doom or Tony?
Who's smarter?
I'm going Doom.
Doom.
I'm going Doom. Like, I feel like Doom's intelligence was damn near almost rivaling Frank Richards, and even to that extent.
So you think he's smarter than Reed?
You
think he's smarter than Reed?
Doom? Why did I say Frank Richards? I'm thinking. Why am I thinking?
Oh, you meant Reed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reed Richards.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm thinking of Frank Castle and all this stuff like that. Anyway, but do I think Doom is smarter than Reed?
Yeah.
No. But do I feel like they rival each other? Yes. And do I feel like both of them smack the shit out of Tony? Yes.
I did a street interview at a convention, and I asked a bunch of people who's smarter, and one guy who went viral on our page, he was saying that Doom kind of is smarter than Reed, but he can't get out of his own way. And he's so obsessed with Reed that instead of just focusing on his intelligence, he's focused on just trying to stop. Like, he could be smarter.
Yeah.
And he has all the potential and the ability to be smarter, but his narcissistic ways is stopping him from being smarter.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Mm-hmm. So, and when I mean joy, success.
It was a guy. I followed him on TikTok, cosplay Mr. Sinister, and he went viral talking about it. It was dope.
Yeah.
But that was his analysis on it, and I agreed with that.
I definitely agree.
Could be smarter.
I definitely agree.
He's not because of him.
Right. I definitely
You're focused on the wrong thing, which shows that you're not smarter though. At the end of the day, because you're not smart enough to focus on yourself.
Right. But do I even think at the end of the day, Doom and Tony, or Victor Von Doom and Tony, even with him being arrogant, still he's smarter than Tony.
Who's smarter out of Tony Stark or Lex Luthor?
Tony. Lex is honestly the same. Thing. He's honestly the same. Like like Victor, his obsession with Superman is just capping him. It's capping him. But even if he was still, I wouldn't say obsessed with Superman, but if he had another target, let's say, Tony, I still think Tony would outmaneuver him.
Yeah.
Because he's so emotionally unstable.
Well, and I know too. I think a lot of it too is, for the most part, I feel like Marvel does a better job portraying technology with the regular guy, or at least like the use of it. Like they use it better.
Yeah.
Like it's like, Batman, why is that suit not like fly and shoot? You put up on Superman with just a metal bat suit, like add a little bit more to it.
Give him some rocket boots in that bitch.
But then you go back to Cyborg, who's like the master of technology. So I think it depends on the circumstances, I guess. But I don't think Lex utilizes technology better than Tony utilizes technology.
That actually honestly makes me think about some shit. Like between Cyborg. I was about to ask Cyborg in any technological aspect in Marvel.
Cyborg to me.
Really?
I mean, now Marvel has Mysterium, so I mean, there's always back and forth. I just believe that Cyborg's. I look at it like this. There's new feats now with the new metal and the new technology that Tony uses that probably disproves that. Mm-hmm. I'm not that up to date on it, but Tony Stark uses technology. Cyborg commands it. So I look at it like Avatar Aang bends wind, Storm commands it. Right. So the understanding, like their control of technology, I just think is different levels. Where, but there's stuff to disprove that with Cyborg too, but technology has to obey him. Tony Stark has to manipulate it or make it bend to his will, where I just think Cyborg has less steps to take to do that. Like when we talk about live action, I just did a video on this. When we talk about live action, Tony Stark or Cyborg hacked the mother boxes with no prep time, with nothing. That's the universal threat of DC Comics. Give me 1 minute, I'm going to turn this off. Tony Stark can't do that. With the Infinity stuff, it takes a lot of preparation. Cyborg's understanding of technology is just different. He has full control and command. I said that too. I said, bro, I did a whole thing. A lot of people disagree. Cyborg will turn off Ultron like that.
Will turn off Ultron? That was my next
question.
It's
not even a factor to him.
I was about to say, so Ultron versus You know,
if he turned off the mother boxes
with
1 minute, all they needed to do was keep Steppenwolf off of him. He could have did it faster.
Them niggas could barely keep Steph off of his ass.
Other than that, it's over. In this episode of the Impound Podcast, I'm the writer and the creator of Impound Comics. My co-host, Kyron Shank.
One time for the one time, y'all. We love y'all, man. Like, subscribe, watch the shit.
Thanks. Thank you for watching another video by Impound Comics. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Want to see more cartoons and animations from Impound Comics? Well, we need your help. To subscribe to our Patreon, go to patreon.com/Impound Comics. That's patreon.com/Impound Comics and pick one of our monthly subscriptions to help us grow and innovate.